Hey, welcome in. Well, this is just terrible, terrible news for people who like reading garbage. What a shame. Huffpost Canada no longer publishing content. Site to be permanently disabled. That's right. So if you want to read garbage, you're going to have to go all the way over to huffingtonpost.com. That's if you're in Canada. If you're in Canada, you're going to have to make the long trek to huffpost.com, where you can read about what is a sleep divorce and is it healthy for a marriage. And if that's not enough for you, here's Daisy Ridley makes toilet cake for British Bake Off, and it's so crappy it's funny. I bet it's hilarious. If that's not enough for you, here's 12 honest quotes about motherhood from Carrie Underwood. If that's not enough for you, you can see some lady talking about this is how my mental health has changed during the pandemic. I'm guessing for the worse, right? I'm guessing for the worse. I mean, if you want some, you can get hard news too, right? Like here's one. Citizen sleuths launch a slick new website to hunt down Capitol insurrectionists. Well, don't they already have the QAnon shaman, right? Wasn't he going to take over the United States? They've got him now. The United States is safe. Maybe it was a riot, sure, okay? Insurrection, I'm not so sure, but it's HuffPo, right? And that is the narrative in all the progressive media. So anyway, this is terrible, sad news. So it's HuffPost Canada and HuffPost Quebec as well, so the French language version, also going away. Let's see, it suddenly closed shop on Tuesday, with the site announcing they will no longer be publishing new content. Let's see, it says, as of March 9th, HuffPost Canada will no longer be publishing content. Existing content will be maintained as an online archive, however. But, spoiler alert before you go. Spoiler alert before you go. They hate conservatives. Anyway, it says, for more great journalism, please visit HuffPost.com. HuffPost.com is the last thing I'd expect to see at the end of that sentence, telling you to find more great journalism. But I guess, to each their own. And this comes after the company was acquired by Buzzfeed. And that was in February. And a statement from HuffPost Union reads, from the HuffPost Union, says, today we learned that 33 of our colleagues, nearly 30% of our unit, will be laid off. We are devastated and infuriated, particularly after an exhausting year of covering a pandemic and working from home. But what if HuffPo Canada wasn't making any money, though? Has anybody considered that? Has anybody considered maybe it's just not making any money? Maybe you could have taken a pay cut and kept them on. Like the other 60% or the other 70% of the unit could have all taken pay cuts, and then they kept them on, right? That wouldn't have been a problem. It's only money, right? But anyway, this is also happening less than a month after HuffPost was acquired by Buzzfeed. We never got a fair shot to prove our worth. Well, but your worth, it appears it's already been proven, and it's not worth anything, right? That's why they're shutting it down, right? It's kind of simple. Look, I don't like seeing people lose their jobs, but let's face it, all these, progressive blogs, basically, they just were Orange Man bad. HuffPost Canada was no different. Trump hate clicks are a thing everywhere. So, if you've got a publication that's just pumping out garbage day after day, this shouldn't be that surprising. Anyway, it's not like I think it was like they were doing like this noble work. Again, I don't want to hear about anybody losing their job, all right? But there are some things you can't save. I'm going to guess this is one of them. Let's see. These layoffs reiterate the importance of forming a union. Well, why? Why? It didn't seem to work out all that well, did it? And advocating for our colleagues. We are glad that we are protected by a collective bargaining agreement and that our colleagues will receive severance. Our union will continue fighting to make HuffPost a more just and equitable workplace. So are you fighting for everybody to make the same wages? Like, is this person fighting to make sure she's not making a penny more than anybody else? I doubt that very much. Because, it's always just talk, isn't it? But anyway, including pushing for clear and accountable commitments to hiring and promoting more people of color and for transparency around pay equity. Except none of these things mean anything when you don't have a job in the first place, right? I sometimes get the feeling that these people aren't living in reality. that they're living in a fantasy world where the boss just has money, right? He just has money. He needs more money. He just gets more money, right? I think that's the world these people live in. Anyway, here's something from the CBC. Closing of Huffpost Canada abrupt and devastating. But what does it say down here? Decision not connected to unionization, company told the union. Well, I wonder about that. I really do. It says, all of our staff are now out of a job, the Huffpost Canada union said. It said the decision was made before our organizing effort and is not linked to our unionizing. I bet it didn't help, though. I bet it didn't help at all. Let's see. It says here, we cannot overstate the loss of an entire publication from this country's media ecosystem. The statement read, we stand in solidarity with the Huffpost Canada Union and ask Buzzfeed to provide fair and generous severance, blah, blah, blah. But, the loss of an entire publication from this country's media ecosystem, I'm sorry, HuffPost is a dime a dozen, right? I mean, the opinions and the narrative that come out of publications like HuffPost are not in short supply in Canada. I can tell you that right now. I mean, I think it's partially the fact that these organizations are basically indistinguishable from each other already. Probably doesn't help them much. I mean, it's all just the same thing. It's just progressive, orange man bad, conservative bad, that's it. And again, it's HuffPost Canada, but trust me on this. Trust me, there's plenty of orange man bad in Canada. It seems to sell pretty much everywhere. Anyway, that's all I got to say about that. Please subscribe, like, and share. That really helps me out. If you just like to listen, there's the podcast Radio Baloney. It's on pretty much every platform. If you look for it, you will find it. Thank you very much. I'll see you next time.